Hello, how's it going, cracks? Thanks for being here. This is The World, Maldini, your channel. I want to make this video because many of you have requested it. Kylian Mbappé and Lamine Yamal shine. Matches by Mbappé and Lamine Yamal. Like, Lamine Yamal is spectacular. Tremendous recent matches from Mbappé and Lamine Yamal. And here, we talk, not about the best player in the world. That's a topic we could definitely discuss much more, but rather the most informed player at the moment. The most informed player at the moment, I think that from the recent matches I've seen, I believe that Mbappé and Lamine and Mbappé are the two most informed players at the moment. Honestly, Mbappe's recent matches have been spectacular, and Lamine Yamal's recent matches, since the last one in Lisbon, wasn't very good. If we look at the last 5 matches of each, let's check Wyscout. Rather, it wasn't too good. But hey, if we look at the last 5 matches of each, let's see what we find with Wyscout. I find it very interesting. I told La Máquina that I only want the last 5 matches. And let's look at the numbers. Let's compare them. And we can decide who the most informed player at the moment is. Whether it's Kylian Mbappé or Lamine Yamal. Maybe you think someone else. Let me know in the comments, of course. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Friends of the world, Maldini. Mbappé versus Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal versus Mbappé. Let's see if you ask me who I would sign out of the two. Right now, before we start analyzing many more things, while we already have the more general data here, it's that Mbappé is 26 years old and Lamine Yamal is 17. Obviously, I would sign Lamine Yamal for my team. It's obvious because of his age. Then we don't know what could happen from here to the future. But they are two monsters, really, in terms of football. They don't even assign a market value to Lamine Yamal at 17 years old. But hey, here you have the last 5 matches. No tricks or gimmicks. 5 matches, Mbappé, 5 matches. Lamine Yamal, he has played more minutes. Mbappé over Lamine Yamal. 5 goals in those last 5 matches for Mbappé, 3 for Lamine Yamal. In expected goals, and I think this is very important, Mbappé is on his numbers. If he has 5.23 expected goals and has scored 5 goals, you know what expected goals are. I don't need to tell you again. Well, he's on his numbers. On the other hand, Lamine Yamal should have 2 goals and he has 3. In the last 5 matches, he should have 2 goals and he has 3. I have to say one thing, and that is that I am completely convinced, friends from the world, Maldini, completely convinced that Lamine Yamal is going to break records. His goal-scoring record is going to shatter his goal-scoring record from last season. That's obvious. I've practically matched it already, and we're halfway through the season. He's going to shatter it. If he shatters other records, we'll see. Let's talk about offensive actions, crucial with these two players. The most important thing about these two players, obviously, so here we have the goals, what we mentioned earlier. Successful attacking actions per 90 minutes in these last 5 matches. Minya is more bad than Kylian Mbappé. Minya is more bad than Kylian Mbappé. I insist Minya's last game was pretty bad. Bad against Benfica. Excluding the penalties, it's 4 goals to 3 because one of Mbappe's goals was from a penalty against Las Palmas. I'm not mistaken. Well, we've already seen the expected goals earlier. Header goals, 0-0. But shots, this is interesting. Look, 20 shots each. Just in the last 5 matches, they've both taken shots. It's interesting, the same number of times. But that said, per 90 minutes, since Kylian Mbappé has played more minutes than Lamine Yamal, he comes out ahead per 90 minutes. The wrong mile. And the overall percentage of shots on target is actually higher for Kylian Mbappé than for Lamine Yamal. 55% of Mbappe's shots are on target and 40% for Lamine Yamal. Assists, none for Mbappé in these last 5 matches, none. And 1 from Lamine Yamal. Crosses, more Lamine Yamal than Kylian Mbappé. This is a concept that has much more to do with the team, but it is true that Yamal is on the right. Mbappé is a striker. Dribbling differs. Obviously, when you're playing as a striker, you get a lot more crosses in. You get fewer when you move to the side, but Lamine Yamal does start permanently from the right side. When it comes to dribbling, there's no comparison. Well, there's a color that is Blaugrana, the one of the Barca player, which is Lamine Yamal, because he has 11.14 dribbles per 90 minutes. While Kylian Mbappé is, here we have it, 6.7. In other words, when it comes to dribbling, there's no comparison. Watch out. Mbappé is a player with quite a bit of skill, but the skill is greater than Lamine Yamal. He's a much better dribbler. Interestingly, the percentage is the same. Fin 290. But well, 2 of the attackers, more Lamine Yamal than Kylian Mbappé. Touches in the penalty area more for Mbappé than for Lamine Yamal. In other words, he's playing more. This is clear. He also plays more as a striker, right? So Madrid is attacking and more touches in the penalty area. And progressive runs, which is one of Kylian Mbappe's main weapons, are also more Mbappé than Lamine Yamal. We can clearly see that Lamine Yamal is much more skillful, who dribbles a lot more, who is making more offensive plays and making more crosses. That's true too. Let's go to key plays. It's something that I really like for us to see together. Assist, I saw 0-1. There, it's also expected. I'm not going to go into that much. More of the ball movements from Lamine Yamal than from Kylian Mbappé. And that's saying something because Mbappé makes a lot of runs. Also, but almost all of them inside, in terms of precision, more off the ball movements. Kylian Mbappé, 100%. But he has had few off the ball movements, obviously more passes in the final third. Kylian Mbappé, this is interesting because if Lamine Yamal is more skillful, Kylian Mbappé is making more passes. He's getting his teammates to play more, making even more passes. In the final third, Kylian Mbappé, he's getting even more involved. This is important. And passes into the penalty area. In other words, Mbappé is making a lot of passes, even a little further from the area in the final third of the field, but into the penalty area, he's making a lot more passes. The Minya is bad. In other words, he has more depth. Let's say that's why he has more successful actions. Because he creates even more danger than Kylian Mbappé in these last 5 matches. I know I want to emphasize this always. Deep attacks are practically the same. Progressive passes, more so, logically, from Lamine Yamal. Let's take a moment to talk about organization. And then we'll finish with the defensive phase. Because of the organization, I'm not going to make a very long video. I don't want to make it too long. Although I know that many people like these videos with Wyscout. There are people who don't like it. They've told me in the comments. I respect everyone. If he doesn't like that, I don't watch it. Well, if he doesn't like it, then he shouldn't watch it. But it's that simple. But these videos, the vast majority of you like them a lot. Well, passes per 90 minutes, it's practically the same. Look, in terms of organization, it's practically, let's see, the difference is minimal, just a little more for Mbappé, but it's practically 1% more. Almost not pass prediction. Here there is a difference, a lot more for Mbappé. I believe that he takes more risks with the pass than Kylian Mbappé. In fact, here you see more forward passes. That is to say, here lies the key. I mean, more forward passes, a forward pass obviously carries much more risk than a sideways pass. So while Mbappé makes more passes, more comfortable, let's say, Lamine takes more risks with the pass. That's true then. He makes more passes, but with less accuracy, but he makes more forward passes. Backward passes, more. Kylian Mbappé, all of this makes sense. Sideways passes, just a little more for Lamine than for Kylian Mbappé. The difference in the stats for backward passes is evident in long passes, just a bit more Lamine Yamal, but very little. They are two players who don't score much, long pass. This is something else because they are forwards. So, of course, obviously, there are few long passes. What they need is for long passes to be made to him. Especially Mbappé, also to Lamine Yamal, but above all to Kylian Mbappé. And then, if you want, we can take a quick look, the defensive phase. But, of course, this is also important as well. More defensive actions taken per 90 minutes. Lamine Yamal. Last 5 matches, I know that, but I insist on that. Because we lose track. Defensive duels won. This is outrageous. Almost double. I mean, defensively. Even though he has fewer defensive duels, the sample isn't very large. 5 matches, we also have to say that. But I wanted to see the form of both. Many more defensive duels. Mbappé has been winning lately compared to Lamine Yamal. And this is very important. This is very important because I have criticized Kylian Mbappé a lot during large parts of this season for not working off the ball. And now he is doing it, and he is winning a lot of defensive duels. In fact, almost double what Lamine Yamal himself wins. And then here, interceptions more Lamine Yamal. Possession gained after one more interception, Lamine Yamal. And I think we've been able to analyze the most important things. I don't think we're missing anything. We're not missing anything. Friends from the world. Maldini, well, when you look at set pieces, practically nothing, right? I mean, practically nothing. Free kicks, none. Direct free kicks, none. Corners. A few. He missed my bad one. This penalties, 1-0. This doesn't have much of a story. Who's in better shape? I have to say one thing. Mbappe's performance in the first half against Las Palmas, for me, surpasses the best performance that Lamine Yamal has been able to deliver this season. Those 45 minutes, I don't think there's a player capable of delivering a performance at that level of forward right now, capable of delivering a performance at such a level. A forward. Let me explain. But it's true that in the last few matches, Lamine Yamal had a bit more consistency, a little more of, let's see, Lamine Yamal, the Super Cup final was spectacular. The day, I think it's the Cup day. The Cup day against Betis was a true exhibition. It was a true exhibition. Both have put great performances. I think that in terms of continuity, we can say that mine is bad. Maybe just a little step ahead in these last 5 matches. Maybe just a little step ahead. Because we say 5, but the greatest individual performance I've seen in a long time, it's the 45 minutes of Mbappé against Las Palmas. Mbappe's first half against Las Palmas, that's what I think. I want your opinion in the comment. What's clear is that we're going to enjoy 2 phenomenal players. They are in great form, starting with this weekend. With that Valladolid Real Madrid and that Barça Valencia, which I will comment on in a copy, and you'll have videos of both matches, of course. A hug. Bye.